Hello, you Tubulonians. You are watching this video because you want to plant lettuce. You want a few tips. I have fun with my garden, but I don't put a lot of work into it. Basically, I put in the seeds in later April, leave it alone, and then I plant another row of seeds 3 weeks after that, and I just let my garden go. I'm not the type of person that sits out here and weeds my garden and waters it every day. In fact, I spend more time playing with my dog and going to work. I'm a professional pilot, so I'm not here all the time. But you can see that the lettuce garden is virtually hands-free. It's like pretty easy to maintain. My lettuce is doing fantastic. And I had a friend the other day ask me what it is I'm doing, because they're not having as much luck with lettuce. Their lettuce is drying out and dying. And you know, I only started planting lettuce about 5 years ago when I made these box gardens. And the box gardens are full of compost. And I think that is the secret to success right there. I have well-drained soil that is in a cooler spot in my garden. It's under some shade for part of the day. And so I'm having very good luck with lettuce. You can see every row I have planted is a different variety of lettuce. I have at least 10 different varieties planted in here. So I'll go through a few of the things that I do with my garden that makes it look like what you see here. You don't have to have a box garden to have successful lettuce, but what you do need is well-drained soil that has moisture. How do you get well-drained soil that retains moisture? The secret to my particular garden is that the top portion is compost. So it's really workable, easy to, it's very dry on top and full of nutrients. And yet just below that level is clay-based soil. You do want a pH of 6.0 to 6.8. And I'm right in the top of that area, but so the pH in my soil is just about right. If you don't know what the soil pH is in your area, maybe ask your local extension agent what the average soil pH is. It doesn't change much unless you treat it with something. So lettuce is something you can grow at home, and you can get lettuce that's far more full of nutrients, especially vitamin A, and flavor. Your homegrown lettuce is going to be far more flavorful than what you would get at a grocery store. So the nutrients and flavor, and I would also say the accessibility. I'm about to have a sandwich or a burger. I'll come out and pick a few of these pieces of lettuce and add it to my food. I planted this in mid-April, and right now it's the first week in June, and I've already been harvesting some of this lettuce. In fact, that row that gets taller, I've already harvested the left half, the beginning, and it's already growing back. It's almost ready for harvest again in less than a week. So I'm having very, very good luck with my lettuce garden, and I thought I'd share some tips with you. I'm eating this right out of the garden in the heat of the day, and it's fantastic. I do not water this every day. In fact, maybe once a week if the leaves get wilty. And some of the leaves are looking a little bit wilty right now because it was 92 degrees yesterday. I did not water. It rained a tiny bit last night, less than 1/10 of an inch, and yet the lettuce is completely happy. Well, the lettuce grows best in the spring and fall during the cool seasons. And so I planted this garden in mid-April, which for northern Minnesota probably isn't wise because of the frost at night. But you know what? Lettuce is very resistant to frost, or fairly resistant to frost. I had 2 inches of snow cover this garden in late April for 2 days. 2 inches of snow sitting on the lettuce for 2 days. I thought it was dead. And I came out on the third day when it got a little warmer and the snow melted, and the lettuce was thriving. It loved the fact that there was some moisture from that snowfall and that it was melting and the sun was making the soil nice and warm. And the lettuce was about this stage. One of the things you should do is plant in rows and plant heavily so that there's plenty of vegetation to give itself protection from the hot sun. The lettuce really hates the hot sun. If you have soil that does not hold the moisture, you may need to water it every day. It's recommended you put chives and garlic around your lettuce plants because they help control aphids. You can fertilize this soil with organic alfalfa meal to fertilize. I don't like using chemical fertilizers. In fact, there is absolutely zero fertilizer going on in this garden other than the natural organic fertilizer, which is, in my case, I get thick, rich compost from the city, which, by the way, in my city is free. Most cities do have compost piles where you can go get yourself a bag of compost for free. It's not manure, it doesn't stink. It does not stink at all. It's nice and dry and it's fantastic to work with. It's so easy to plant a row of seeds. Basically, you just grab a tool. I'm going to find an open spot here. And you can work that soil. You can easily get a row, a ½ inch deep, prepare it, pour your seeds in there, and then just gently by hand cover those seeds back up and water it. Water it thoroughly after, but make sure you're using a mist, because a heavy shower of water on top of that will displace the seeds and expose the roots of the other plants that you have going on around that area. I got my friendly puppy with me here. She's watching for any rabbits. That's the next thing we want to talk about. You need to fence your area. I recommend just simply a 2 or 3 foot tall fence like this. Good and cheap, easy to set up really quickly, and surround your garden. My entire garden surrounded by fence, and I got different kinds of fence, but just make sure you get some fence that is small enough holes so that the rabbits can't sneak through. I found that rabbits sneak through something this size, about the size of my fist, but they can't get through where the chicken wire is. So I ended up having to put chicken wire at my gate because they're coming in right through the gate just like I do. But I planted, every row here is a different variety of lettuce, and you will want to stagger your plantings every 2 weeks. So you can see I had planted these in mid-April, and then in early May I planted this row, which is just starting to get going. And then that way, and you can see I have some empty rows that just got planted recently. So that way you're rotating your crop. Lettuce will continue to do well as long as it does not go to seed. When you see the seed heads start to come off, and those are really close over here, I'll take you over here and show it to you. This lettuce is getting close to going to seed, which they call bolt, B-O-L-T. When it develops a seed head, it has become bitter and is no longer good to eat. Here's a little withered area. This area is telling me that it needs a little water. So your garden will give you the indications right away whether it should be watered or not. Storage of your lettuce. Make sure you store your lettuce dry in the refrigerator, in the vegetable drawer. Some people say don't use plastic bags. Other people say use the green plastic bags. That's for storage of vegetables. I've heard good things about that. It makes it last another day or two. I urge everyone that has more knowledge than I do about lettuce to write some comments in the comment section below, because if you read those comments from everybody, you can learn even more about your lettuce garden. I might pick a few weeds, but my garden is virtually hands-free. All I have to do is come out here and eat it. Alright, thanks for watching. Give a thumbs up if you like this. Make sure to make comments down below on some ideas that you have about your lettuce garden. Cumulatively, as a society, we can all contribute to better knowledge about your lettuce garden. Thanks for watching.